We are both at the vanguard of innovation in our particular fields.
We believe that this is an optimal solution.
Sustainability is the very core of what we do.
It just works, speed jobs up, reduces the amount of fixings needed, and it reduces the footprint overall of it all, which then creates more space inside.
The top-notch thermal performance. Fixes no different, brackets no different, shape, size, weight, no difference. Just as simple, just as easy.
That's the true innovation.
For me, it's an improvement. What else can you say?
Kingspan Group and the SFS Group have worked on lots of different innovations over the years.
We are both at the vanguard of innovation in our particular fields. Kingspan clearly with insulation, SFS with fixing systems and subframe.
But we're seeing, for instance, in England and Wales, Part L, ever increasing targets for U values, becoming more and more difficult to achieve. We need to look for smarter, more innovative solutions.
And to achieve the sort of sustainability requirements and the safety requirements, you have to innovate. Kingspan, we've been aware for a while that they're developing a range of what I call super insulants. These are insulated materials that offer a true innovative level of thermal performance.
High-rise and relevant buildings need a product which has an A rating reaction to fire, and the Alpha Core pad has an A2 S1D0 reaction to fire rating, so it can be considered for buildings of any height, any use. One of the more unique points about the product is that it has a hydrophobic core. So the core of the Alpha Core pad will literally absorb no water. Really important during the construction phase for the industry, particularly in the UK where we have no choice but to build when it's raining. What was frustrating for myself personally and the business as a whole was that we had launched a product which has great thermal properties, but you had to puncture it over and over again with fixings.
Each fixing, certainly when it's a metal fixing, acts as a point loss or thermal bridge, which literally sucks heat out of the building. So you have an insulant which is highly effective, being compromised by the fact you're using fixings that are drawing heat out of the actual building itself. So by eliminating that, you optimize the thermal performance of the Alpha Core by introducing an alternative method of fixation.
And that's really when we took up the conversation with SFS Group.
SFS were introduced because I think Kingspan realised that they had a market winner here, as it were, in terms of thermal performance, but that could be enhanced by thinking again about innovative ways of actually fixing the panel to the rain screen.
And that's why we're here today to look at the MVSRP system. We believe that this is an optimal solution for an insulated rain screen facade.
We wanted to optimise the thermal performance, so we went down the route of using stainless steel, because stainless steel is far more thermally effective than aluminium, which is very conductive to heat. And so to complement the stainless steel brackets that we just talked about, we've just introduced a very simple concept of a minimum number of parts that acts as a retaining plate. So it slides over the top of the bracket, easy to install, and holds the Alpha Core pad in place. This is a standard L bracket. Any contractor would understand exactly what that is and how that's actually used. But what we've decided is to keep that particular well understood, well established design, but utilise the retaining plate, which literally just slides over the top. So in real life, you would have a bracket in place like that, and the retaining plate will retain the insulation dependent on what thickness the insulation is and secure it in place. But the novel bit is the fact we've introduced overlapping slots into the stainless steel bracket, which correspond with a unique tear-shaped slot in the retaining plate. So it always hits a sweet spot where you want to retain the insulation in place, but it will never move out. And once that's achieved, simply put a rivet into place and it's there forever, holding it. That's the true innovation.
This combination of materials will be used where there's pinch points within a structure, areas where land is extremely expensive and the overall wall thickness is extremely important. These solutions using newer technologies, optimal technologies, are going to give the designer more flexibility in what they can choose, they can use, and hopefully give the lettable or saleable space its maximum potential bang for its buck.
We have the option to create an MVS bracket with a retaining plate, but then plus thermal, which is our A2 Euroclass rated system, which complements the performance of our own bracket system. This achieves passive house performance as a material. The ultimate will be MVS with the RP to support the alpha core, plus thermal for the thermal pad. Hand on heart, I can honestly say this is a collaboration that was made in heaven, as it were. I think Kingspan have come along with a highly innovative insulation material, and we've come along with a highly innovative methodology which supports and complements that particular range. And let's face it, these systems are only really going to be developed by companies such as Kingspan, at the vanguard of the development of new insulant materials, and SFS with their Envelope brand at the forefront of developing true, innovative, added value subframe systems.